I'm Cubby, and this is A Personal Spin. Whee! And this is Kion, and this is my newest plushie, Simba, who I got today in the post. And we are going to review the Evil Divide thrash metal band Death Angel's 8th studio album, and it was released this year in 2016 on Nuclear Blast Records and was produced by Jason Sukoff. Ooh! Ah! Okay, and firstly, an overview of the album. The album is a 45-minute, compact, quality, concise thrash metal album. It's got 10 songs, and opens with The Moth, which is a really cool song, and it has the opening line of "Surprise! Here I am!" No, it doesn't. It's "Surprise! I'm back!" like that, and it's really cool. The guitar riffs on this album are just bold, and they make a statement. They're very thrashy and powerful, and they buzzsaw you in half as you listen to it, which is cool. And Mark's vocals are aggressive but relaxed. That doesn't really make sense, but it doesn't make you stand on edge so much as sort of make you realise that you're gonna die. And then the drums and the bass come in and hold it all together. The bass is quite cool because it mixes up like complicated riffs with really basic, like do 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 type stuff with like more widdly stuff, and the drums do exactly the same thing. They sort of mix up, you know, and type stuff, and it all makes for a really sort of exciting album, because although it's nothing particularly new for the most part, there's just lots of differences that you're not quite expecting, at least not the first couple of listens. You've got to remember the things, and you know, stop starts and things like that. And there's some really cool riffs, like on track 5, Hell to Pay. There's lots of groove as well. It's very groovy in places. Groovy. Cool, eh? And yep, that's a brief overview of this album. Production: Jason Sukoff and Rob Cavastani produced the album, and so as you might expect, the guitars are a little bit front in the mix. They're not overly like powerful, but they are just a little bit more out there in the front, giving the album a very slicey tone. It's quite, it's not, it's like lion claws, so it's, so that's cool. And then Jason Sukoff, who's also a guitarist, has sort of managed to pull that back a little bit, and so the bass is prominent and the drums fill the right space in the music. You can hear all the cymbals and the intricacies of the hi-hats and ride cymbal and things like that. The bass, you can hear when it does like a bass twiddly, as me and my friends call them, under the guitar riffs, which are going hell for leather. The vocals sit snugly like this, just on top of the guitars, and they're actually quite melodic. There's some chanty vocals, and it's almost rapping in the first song, which I thought was quite unique. Okay, the fact the band don't really explore any new territory is kind of one of the downsides, and the production is a little bit clean and a little bit sterile, but not overly. It could just do with being a little bit grittier, like throw some mud on it a little bit, perhaps dirty up the signal a little bit, make it just a little bit more, yeah, like a battlefield or something, because it's it's quite clean, but I kind of like that sound because then you can hear everything. So I don't know if it's a bad point or not. The other bad point is, well, it's not really a bad point, but a not so good point, is the fact that the band don't really explore any new territory. Not really. I mean, aside from the bassing and the sort of rappy vocals, it's pretty much a standard thrash metal album. 45 minutes, fairly concise, 10 songs, and it's consistent as well, which is good. Maybe a little bit too consistent. But overall, it's just a really good album. The riffs are there, the memorable chanty vocals are there, the drum fills are there, and just everything's pretty much just spot on. So, where would we like to see the band go on their next album? Well, I think it would be nice if they sort of went in the same direction that Vector are going. Add a little bit of prog. They've already done a little bit of sort of vaguely proggy riffs here and there, but not loads, and it would be cool to hear it if they did. My favourite tracks are definitely Hell to Pay, It Can't Be This, just because of that opening bass line, and probably the opening track because it grabs you and then punches you in the guts. So it's time for the paw rating, because believe it or not, I have plushies, and they listen with me. Yes, I'm slightly psychotic, you'll get used to it. And they have given this album a 9 paw rating. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For the all-important question, can you dance while drunk to the songs? And the answer is more than likely.